Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another video. It's just me again, but it is also almost 11:30 at night in my time, and so yeah, it's just me because my friends that I keep saying I'm gonna bring on as guest announcers, they all live on the East Coast, and I live on the West Coast, so it's 11:30 for me, but it's 2:30 in the morning for them. And they have normal jobs. So probably not good to ask. I didn't mention it last video against Toronto, but I did ask my friend. But unfortunately, she declined because she woke up very sick that day when I recorded it. So it was just me. But I forgot to kind of mention why it was just me. I did ask my friend, but she was very sick. So yeah, and this time, again, it's 11:30 my time. So it's whatever. But it's really just me where I live, so I'm not gonna be talking over the game obviously, but if I can get a little loud, so I'm recording. We're gonna do today. This is today's game. I did some rearranging because they messed out earlier before, like earlier in the day, because they game kind of messed up with my lineups again. So I had to change them around. I did do some simming, and it looks like our plan for kind of cheesing the system, being able to sign, our free agents and throw them on the block. We are gonna get the offers. Now, I was just doing some simming to see, and I was getting some pretty good offers. I don't know if those offers are gonna come back, or if they do show up when we do some simming after this. I don't know if some are, cause some were like, I got one. It was Sixto Sanchez for. Let me go to Toronto. Like Toronto was like, hey, we'll take Sixto and we'll give you him. Well, that's good. We're getting a young first baseman who's got some speed, who can play outfield and second base. But then I feel like, because we're trying to be realistic here, if we did that trade, it wouldn't be realistic because they're getting only a 66 overall pitcher. Now, I know he has control and they need starting pitching, but in every other like franchise slash rebuild I do, Vladimir Guerrero after next season almost never, because he's only got this year, half of this year, and then next year. He never ever resigns with Toronto in the game. So why would I want? I mean, I suppose it's great for us, but realistically, like, why would they do that? Getting rid of their potential next first baseman if Vladimir Guerrero doesn't sign back, because like I said, he normally doesn't. But another fun fact I want to show you real quick. We'll go to the Yankees. At least in my games, my franchises. Juan Soto, he usually doesn't resign with the Yankees or go to the Mets. I have a bunch of franchises. I think I've showed you. Maybe I accidentally showed you. I can show you now in the save real quick. I haven't touched them in a while though. But in almost every franchise is here, except for my own Pirates one here. But like this one hasn't been the end of the year, or this one, but like these other ones that are past, Juan Soto in all the ones that are past 2024, he's on the Pirates on every single one of those saves. Like legit. He always signs with the Pirates in my save files. So that could be fun just to see in our world here that we have built. Sorry, I'm hydrating up. I'm 28 years old and I'm drinking a Capri Sun. But I just want to do that. do that. Not really else much to say. I don't know. We saw last game. We can look at the trade block. Not really anyone we can get. Although I did look also a little earlier, and I thought, Jackson Holloway would be cool. I thought maybe Ezekiel Duran, because he's only played 36 games. He's doing good. I don't know what honestly would seem somewhat fair. I know we've probably done a couple of unfair trades, like maybe the Pirates one was a little unfair to get Nicholas and Jihuan Bay, and the one we did with Miami also maybe a little unfair for the other team. But I just look at him and like he might not be a starter, but having utility everywhere on the field with really good fielding and really good speed at his young age, and it's a call. It's a call I might want to try. Like not saying right now, but like what could we honestly offer? I mean, I don't think we can because he's making 740. It would have to be like three guys like this, and I just don't think it gets the job done. Honestly, I mean, not even throwing Colt Emerson on there, so they're probably not. But it's something I looked at. We did get in my sim just to see if because I've signed free agents before, kind of late in a rebuild for trades, but I have never signed them like this late because while technically the video hasn't came out yet because I'm still need to edit it a little bit and piece some things together and go through the commentary for the Mets game we played, which was this one, which is the next one because we are because I just did San Francisco because I had to might have heard it in the commentary, but I had to redo the commentary audio track 3 times because it was not recording. Even though I could see the little bar down there, I was like, "Oh yeah, we're keeping along with the video. It's recording." It didn't, and it was very frustrating. But I got that one out finally. This one is next on the agenda, and then I gotta edit, do everything on this one, but we're on this one. This is the one we're on right now. And I'm looking at the time. I thought I wasn't talking that much, but we're already 8 minutes into this. Okay, I don't know what to do. Let's not even gonna do a quick recap. I am just gonna sit here, drink my Capri Sun, eat my little snackies here at almost midnight, and I'm just gonna play a game and watch some YouTube videos that I need to catch up on. Just have them on in the background, kind of watching because I got a big new tablet, so now it's easier to see screen and then also kind of pay attention to the tablet down in the corner of my eye. So that's gonna happen. And if you're wondering if it'll distract my gameplay, it won't. Probably. I mean, you're gonna notice in the New York game, which you probably already did, because it's out by the time this one goes out. But those first couple of innings, it had been quite a while. I want to say like 3 weeks, 2 weeks, because I did San Francisco. I recorded it on the 12th of December, and then I finally did New York around a little after Christmas time. Same with Toronto. Maybe I don't remember the dates. I have to go and look at my files on my computer, but it was a while between games. Same with Toronto, the New York Mets and Toronto game. It wasn't as long, but it was a bit. But trust me, it's not going to be a distraction. Anyway, I'm just gonna stop talking now. I'm rambling. We're gonna do the Twins. I'm recording the Twins right now, even though it's 11:30 at night. We're gonna do that, finish it, sim up to trade day, and then we're gonna do a trade video, and that's probably gonna be my recording done for the day. Maybe I might record some after I sleep. Because I'm enjoying this. I'm enjoying this. I know right now I'm not really hitting the marks. You know, I'm not getting crazy views, but I know that, okay? I just recently started. I'm not expecting 1,000 views. What is it, like, I think I started in September recording things. Maybe even October, because I had the capture card and I was streaming. But now I have to look and see when I started. Now I have to see when I started. Okay. Subscriptions. We're gonna scroll. Because I do subscribe to myself on my personal channel. Because I'm one of those guys. I think I actually know what video I'm watching. Where is... Where is my video? Now I'm scrolling on YouTube looking for my own video. Ah, there it is. When was my first video uploaded? 2 months ago. So that was... Yeah, around October. So it's only been like 2 months. I'm not expecting huge numbers yet. I'm growing. Okay? I'm growing. I know it's gonna take some time. But anyway, now I'm gonna start rambling. Stop rambling. I'm gonna get to the game. And I will see you after for the sim, see if we get any trades, and then save and stop recording and then do the draft video. Because it's gonna be its own separate video. Probably not gonna be super long. But it's gonna be its own video. So see you then. Okay? See you at the end of the gameplay. Goodbye. Hello everybody and welcome to today's game. It is me, Sharky Boy, and we are in the Twin City, excuse me, to watch our Austin Roosters take on the Minnesota Twins. You know, varying records there, and making our debut, making a debut for us today, Daniel Espino. He'll be making the start for us today. Just recently called up. I don't know why we're showing his 2024 pitching stats when this is his debut. So of course they're going to be zeros across the board. What do we do in graphic department? Like, why are we still staring at it? He's done nothing. This is his debut. There we go. On the mound today for the Twins will be Chris Paddock. Leading off the game, as always, Veronica Mars. Sorry if I sound a bit muffled. This time, I have snacks. As Veronica flies out for the first out, it's got some crackers, but I got snacks this time. You know, we were in Toronto and I saw that guy with a pretzel, and I was like, man, I want some snacks up here in the booth. So I got some. Anyway, got one pitch, one out here in the top of the first. Bring up Alice Bowles. Hitting 307 on the year. We'll be swinging at that for a strike. You see there, the Twins leading the AL Central. Just going to swing over the top of that circle change. Check swings at the slider, but the Twins been kind of a surprise. The projections this year were not great. But they are leading the division right now as Alice Bowles swings over top of that circle change for the strikeout. 2 away now here in the top of the first. Bring up Riley Tall. Looks at that curve for a ball. See there, 223, 693 OPS. Swings at that upper strike fastball out of the strike zone. See, last 7 games she scored 7 runs, not stored. That would be weird. Although, you know, you eat enough Taco Bell, that stores the runs, if you know what I mean. Anyway, she looks at that for a ball. 3-1 count now here. Burger McDonald waiting on deck. Well, no, yeah, this Twins is a surprise team as she swings at the fastball out of the strike zone again. You know, you got the Twins getting upgrades, or not the Twins, the Royals getting upgrades. Guardians completed a trade with our Roosters for an upgrade at catcher as Riley Tall flies out to end the inning. Nothing doing for our Roosters here in the top of the first. We go to the bottom half for Espino's debut. There he is, Daniel Espino. 4-seam fastball, slider, curveball, changeup, 2-seam. Can get up there at 99 on the 4-seam. Slider around 90, curveball. Throws a good changeup. Throws a hard 2-seam too. Top out about 96 miles an hour. Gonna see what he can do against this lineup. Leading off for the Twins today will be Willie Castro. Tied 4th in the AL with 21 stolen bases. Hitting .225 on the year. See, there's that fastball. 98. First pitch for Espino in the big leagues. Welcome in, kid. Castro tries to put down a bunt, but it goes foul for strike 2. Castro gonna keep the at-bat alive. Oh, he's a utility man. Play all over the field, except for a catcher. He's gonna ground out to our shortstop Burger. Throws over to first for the out. First major league out recorded for Daniel Espino. See there, Carlos Correa hitting 3rd today for the Twins. Last 10 games, he's hitting .270. .294 on the year for him. Bring up Austin Martin. Change the pronunciation of his first name. Is a car I wish I could afford. Specifically a V12 Vanquish or the 177. But broadcasters don't make that kind of money. So I'll be stuck with what I got, which is nothing. I take the team bus with the team everywhere. Because I, as their announcer, announced these guys' games when they were, you know, the independent team. And they just wanted to keep me. So, you know, I ride with them. In the bus with the team. We have a great time, and as I'm speaking, Daniel Espino with his first major league strikeout of his career gets Austin Martin swinging on that slider, low and away, just not even close. Beautiful strikeout. Welcome to the Bigs, kid. First career ground out, now first career strikeouts. 2 batters in. Oh, excuse me. Now up to the plate, Carlos Correa. Took that ball for a strike. .294 on the year, .852 OPS. There. Having a good year so far as we move into the depths of July. And he's going to fly out to Veronica in center to end the inning. Nothing doing for the Twins, but Daniel gets his first career strikeout. We head to the top of the second. Still 0-0. Leading off the inning, Burger McDonald. See, they're 7th in the AL with a 949 OPS. Hitting 312 on the year, and he's going to swing at the first pitch. Pops it up behind home plate. Vasquez there makes the catch for the out. One away now. We'll bring up Freya Allen. You know, you see there, she's dropped a little bit. She was second, now she's third in center field votes for the All-Star game. 202 average on the year. Playing stellar defense in right, even though she's being voted on as a center fielder. She's had about 6 RBIs her last 5 games. You know, our resident photographer. Never been to Minneapolis. Got some great photos with the team and just the city the other day. And of the field, of course. And that is, I'd see your argument there, Chris. I root for the Roosters, but man, that was strike 3. Do we have another? This is 11 broadcasted games in a row now where we got umps that need a check mark for LASIK eye surgery at the end of the season. We know she's our resident photographer. She's been helping Joanna Becker a little bit because she's been taking, from Panama, but she's originally from, I believe it was Panama. She was born there, but taking classes at UT, University of Texas in Austin. And Freya Allen strikes out there. Second strikeout of the game for Paddock. But she's helping with photography, but, I think I said earlier Joanna was in photography. I would like to say now that I was wrong. She is taking the class, but she's going to school more for, directing and that sort of things. Filmography, I believe it is called, off the top of my head. I don't want to look it up on my phone right now because I got a game to broadcast, and I feel like that would be unprofessional, even though I've done it a couple times before. Well, yeah, Freya Allen said so far it's one of her favorite cities she's been to. Went to the Mall of America when we arrived here. She said she loved it. Got some great photos there. So Brandon Belt swings at that fastball for a 2-2 count. Paddock working quickly here. Or trying to, at least. Brandon Belt, though, works it to a 3-2 count. See Tyler Soderstrom waiting on deck. Let's see what happens here. Brandon Belt keeps the at-bat alive. Fouling it off. See us in the standings there. 14.5 back in the AL West. And Brandon Belt's going to strike out. So nothing happening again here in the top of the second. We go to the bottom half. Still 0-0. No hits between either team so far. I'll bring up Royce Lewis for the Twins. Batting 4th today, but leading off the inning. Career high 19 home runs, 774 OPS, 236 average, 42 RBIs. One of the people on the Twins here that it's kind of like Byron Buxton as he takes that 2-seamer for a strike right on the edge. That was a ball for us. Umpire confirmed, checked, LASIK. Anyway, he's one of the players on the Twins like Byron Buxton where if they could just be healthy, they could be one of the best players in the game. We see it with Byron Buxton. When he's on the field for the Twins, he is a MVP caliber player, but just the injuries keep biting him. And I don't know about MVP for Royce Lewis as he grounds out the second for the first out, but you see him on the field, he at least looks like he could be an all-star caliber player. And he also just suffers from injuries. And, it's sad. You got, for these Twins, you got these great players who show that they could be top tier players, and they just get hurt. And, here's the other one, aforementioned Byron Buxton. A little down on the average. This year at 212. Only 9 home runs, I believe I saw there, too. She is worked into a 3-0 count here in the bottom of the second. There's a strike. The Twins, they tried Buxton last year at DH to try to keep him healthy, and he did not like it. So he's back out there in center field every day this season. Or at least he's hoping to be. Daniel has kind of worked his way back into this count as Buxton fouls off another one here. These two want to work quickly. We're back to a next pitch. And Buxton's going to ground out to Belt. Belt's going to run it over himself for the out. 2 away now here in the bottom half of the second. We'll bring up Trevor Larnach. 276 average, 843 OPS, 10 home runs on the year for him. Gonna take that curveball, smack it into left field for a 2-out knock. Not a first pitch curveball and just smacked it the other way. That'll bring in former Seattle Mariner Dominic Canzone. Twins and Mariners came on a trade earlier this season. 1-for-1, Dominic Canzone to the Twins for Jose Miranda. Going to the Mariners, their new starting third baseman. As Dominic takes that first pitch for a strike. See, 194 for him on the year. But, it's a good trade. The Mariners, they got Victor Robles over there. They got Randy Arozarena. They got Julio. No real place for Canzone in the outfield. Could have stuck him at DH, but they got Mitch Garver there. And that is going to be counted as strike 3. We will take it to end the inning, but double check mark. Add this umpire to the list. The ever-growing list of umpires I'm going to pay LASIK surgery for at the end of the season. But we will take the strikeout. Going to the top of the third. Still a 0-0 game. Leading off, number 7 hitter Tyler Soderstrom for the Roosters. Started off hot when they traded for him and brought him up from the minors. Now it's cooled off a little bit, but still hitting 231. And that, man, that is. We're only in the third inning, and this umpire's had some really bad calls. But anyway, I was saying about Soderstrom is he's got a pretty high on base percentage. So I think it's around 320, 330. So he's getting on base still. But that time he's not. He's grounding out for the first out of the inning. And sorry about the crinkling. That's my snack up here in the booth. I get hungry. I'm trying to move it out of my way. Speedy McDaniel gets up to the plate now. 8 stolen bases on the year. Second on the team as he looks at 2 pretty good pitches. for strikes. He just stares at him. I mean, he looked at a third pitch, but luckily this one was a ball. All right, bounce back. Is that also 4 straight fastballs to Speedy here? And there's a circle change, and he looked silly for the out. 4 strikeout of the game so far for Chris Paddock. 2 away here in the top of the inning. Bring up Ji-Hwan Bae. Gonna swing at the first pitch, slap it into center field. Buxton is gonna get there and make the catch for the out. Nothing doing for the Roosters in the top of the third. We go to the bottom half, bottom of the order coming up, followed by the leadoff man for the Twins. Bringing up Christian Vasquez, not having a great year, hitting, what was that, hitting 80 on the year. I believe .08. I don't know how to say that. I think it's just .08 on there because he's just so bad. There's a Espino. Throws that for a ball. Another ball. And Vasquez works a walk here to lead off the inning. Bring up Nate Baez. Hitting .288 on the air. That's a strike. All right, we will take it. .288. 763 OPS, 2 home runs, 13 RBIs. A young bat brought up this year, same as Martin. We look at the coach for the Twins. Looks like he's trying to relay something to Vasquez over at first. Maybe a hit and run situation. He didn't run though, and it's a foul ball for Baez. Try to get him to chase that slider. Won't take. 2-2 count now. There was a hit and run on Vasquez, still not listening. I mean, there's a base hit, but right at Veronica, so Vasquez stays at second. And the got to Riley, tags a runner for the out, but Willie Castro will reach on a fielder's choice. You know, so there's one out there. Still 2 on though. Still threatening are the Twins as Austin Martin takes up, and Brandon Belt throws it away. Speedy McDaniel to the cutoff man. Past the cutoff man, out of play. 2-run score on a menagerie of errors by the Roosters. Brandon Belt starts it Speedy just tries to throw it to the cutoff man. Overthrows, goes out of play. We're down 2-0 now. On a ball that should have been an inning-ending double play. Carlos Correa gets in at bat. And now on the ground ball to Riley Tall, another run will score. So 3 runs score thanks to the 2 errors on that last play. And now the Roosters are down 3-0. Bring up Royce Lewis. He looks at a fastball for strike 1. As we see the end of the inning, Brandon Belt makes a diving catch to end it. But still doesn't stop the fact that he started the chain of errors. Leading off this inning, Veronica Mars. She's 0 for 1 today. It's that fastball for a ball. See there? 8th in the AL with a 945 OPS. Just out in front of that hanging circle change there. That was the pitch, and she could not keep it fair. And another pitch that she just a little out in front of and pulls foul. 2 very hittable pitches and 2 long strikes as she continues to battle here at the plate. Looks at the curveball in the dirt. Paddock probably just a little upset at the foul balls that keep coming. Wanted to see if he could get her to chase. As she fouls off another one. Keeping this at bat alive. You know, normally we see these Roosters. I mean, I guess technically this is, I believe, the third 3-2 count we've seen of the game. As she takes that fastball for a ball. But usually, even in a down effort, as Veronica swings at the changeup for strike 3. Paddock's 5th of the game. We usually see the Roosters can at least work the pitch count up to a little higher than normal. We're in the 4th inning, and if you average it out, I think the pitches per inning is a little over 10. I'm just going to say 10 respectively right now. So Chris Paddock is not really being worked out there in the at-bats. You know, Alice Bowles has now worked to a 2-0 count. You know, hasn't had much strain, hasn't had much trouble so far. We're in the 4th inning, and I still believe our Roosters haven't even got a hit yet. As Alice works it into a 3-0 count. See if she has the green light to swing, or she's taken all the way. She was taken all the way, and I think that's one you want to swing at. It's a 3-1 count. Paddock has worked it back to a full count now. And he comes back and strikes out Alice for the 6th strikeout of the game for him. Back-to-back Ks to start the fourth. Bring up Riley Tall. She is 0 for 1, and she's going to smack one into center field. Perfect off the bat, but Buxton is going to get there for the diving catch to end the inning. Let's get a look at that again. It was screaming off the bat, and Buxton just dives. Beautiful catch. As I stated there, yeah, our Roosters, no hits right now. Here comes the man who made a spectacular catch in the top half of this inning, Byron Buxton. Batting 5th today. You know, maybe not he's given up a few hits, but in the pitch category, Daniel hasn't really had much struggle either, except for the errors in the bottom of the third that led to 3 runs being able to score. As Buxton is going to ground out to shortstop there for the first out of the inning. Makes a spectacular catch, but can't do anything offensively, which is good. We don't want him to do anything offensively. Anyway, that'll bring up Trevor Larnach. He's 1 for 1 today. Base hit his last time up. Believe was no. Yes. No. Maybe no, he wasn't one of the ones who scored on the errors. I'm already forgetting things, folks. Because I'm trying to broadcast in the present as Larnach smacks one deep to right. Luckily, it goes foul. For a second there, it was looking like it was going to be a 4-0 ball game. As Spino tries to get a front door two-seam to break in on the bottom half corner of the plate. Can't get it. Looks like he's trying the curveball. And he does. Larnach going to ground out to second. Bay having a little trouble with the transfer to his hand. Gets it there in time, though, for the second out of the inning. I'll bring up Dominic Canzone. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout today. See there, acquired from Seattle earlier in the season, as mentioned, his first at-bat. And I don't know what Jose Miranda's batting stats are looking like right now for the Mariners, but can't be as bad as what they look like for Dominic Canzone right now. I believe the trade was pretty early on in the season. So you got to think the Mariners are winning the trade as Canzone flies out to Mars to end the inning. So nothing happened here in the bottom of the fourth. We go to the top of the fifth, middle of the order coming up for our Roosters. They still have no hits. See if we can change that. And here is one of the men slash women slash persons on the team who can break up the no-hitter happening right now through 4. Burger McDonald. And he's going to smack one to center. And Buxton's going to get there to make the out. So he's not going to get the first hit of the ball game, as there's one away. Bring up Freya Allen. She's 0 for 1 today with a strikeout. See there, 20 doubles on the season for her. Third, tied for third on the team. See how fouls that one off. Chris, get a look at Chris Paddock there. I guess a little disappointed in himself for throwing a ball. And man, our guys have been chasing that up out of the zone fastball today with no success. And they're going to say she swung at that changeup for the out. 2 outs in the inning. Here comes Brandon Belt. He's 0 for 1 today. Can he break up the no-hitter? Well, he's going to miss that fastball for a strike. He was right on time, just a little under it. He was able to make contact with that one, but is quickly down 0-2. You see there, 20 balls thrown for Chris, but still not really any difficulty moving through the lineup as Brandon Belt strikes out on the changeup. So Chris Paddock, no hits through 5. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Twins still up 3-0. Bring up Christian Vasquez. He is walked today. And he was one of the ones, now that remembering, that scored on the myriad of errors in the bottom of the 3rd. As he looks at that fastball for a ball. The slider also for a ball. So Christian Vasquez, I believe last at bat, walked on 4 pitches. So he sees a strike there. So I believe he saw 6 balls in a row before the first strike thrown for him on the game. And I don't know if he calls that a swing or he's calling that a strike. If he's calling that a strike, we might need to get LASIK surgery for this umpire right after the game. Get his eyes checked. If it's a swing, I would have asked for help because I don't know if he swung. Honestly, even though we'll take the strike as the Roosters announcer, I would have asked for help on that if it was a check swing call. It looked close. So Vasquez going to pop out to foul territory. Freya Allen going to run it down for the out. 1 away here in the bottom of the 5th. Bring up Nate Baez. He's 1 for 1 today with a single. Also scored on the errors by Brandon Belt and Speedy McDaniel in the bottom of the 3rd. He looks at that for a ball. The last game for him, 3-4 with a home run. So one of his, I believe, 2 home runs came last game. But this time, Baez is going to just ground out to Bay. Makes an easy throw over to first for the out. 2 away here in the bottom of the 5th. Bring up leadoff man Willie Castro. He's 0 for 2 today, but last time reached on a fielder's choice. I believe. As he first on the Twins, 21 stolen bases. Up there with our Veronica Mars in terms of the AL leaders. As that 2-seamer is thrown in for a ball. You know, Woody Castro, as we said, utility man, although the last couple of years has been getting the starting job at second for the Twins. He swings at that changeup for a strike. Works himself into a 3-2 count. Gonna foul that one off. Ground ball. Base hit. Just past Brandon Belt for a 2-out single. Here in the bottom of the 5th. Bring up Austin Martin. He's 0 for 2 today with a strikeout, ground out, and a run scored. And he is going to ground out to Bay, who's going to throw on to first for the out. So nothing really happening except for a 2-out single by Castro. They go to the top of the 6th. Roosters still no hits. Bottom of the order coming up. Bring up Tyler Soderstrom. He is 0 for 1 today with a ground out back in the 3rd. Swings over the top of that fastball. 0-1. Oof. Saw a big loopy curve coming in. Just misses it. Fouls it away. Close, but takes a ball. 2-2 count here. See what comes next. Ball, right field, base hit. It'll drop in. Our Roosters finally get a base hit, and there you see there, Chris Paddock a little mad at himself. You still had a lot of ball game though to get through. I don't know why you're so disappointed. You made it 5 innings. And Speedy McDaniel, he's going to follow it up with a base hit of his own. Thrown past the cutoff man. And Tyler Soderstrom is going to be tagged out at 3rd. So they try to move up on an error by the Twins this time. But Soderstrom, it's not fast enough, and Vasquez with just a nice throw over to 3rd. 1 away. But we still do got Speedy on 2nd. Bring up Jihuan Bay. So he fouls that one off. He is 0 for 1 today with a flyout. 3 for 5 on the series though. Speedy McDaniel taking off for 3rd. Vasquez bobbles the throw. Speedy in there safely. His 9th stolen base on the year. Now we have a runner 90 feet away from scoring. As Bay looks at that ball in the dirt for a ball. And he checks his swing, but that's a strike 3 anyway. We'll bring up Veronica Mars. She is 0 for 2 today. She's looking at it, fastball for a strike. She's down 0-2. fouls it off, keeping that bat alive. And just foul. She's trying to drive in that run. She really wants that run. Try to see if she can start to get a little momentum going for our Roosters. And she's going to strike out. Dang. Well, we at least got our first hit of the ball game. But nothing after that. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Still a 3-0 ball game. Leading off for the Twins will be Carlos Correa. He's 0 for 2 today. So he fouls that one off. Second on the Twins in runs with 38. Missed a middle fastball. That's probably why he shrugged his shoulders. And Soderstrom's just going to let that ball hit his knee, I guess. Okay. It's a ball. That's a strike. Arguably another hittable fastball. I don't know what is going on here. Except for Daniel's going to get his 3rd strikeout of the game on Carlos Correa. 1 out in the inning. Royce Lewis up. He's 0 for 2 today. Had 2 home runs in the series so far. That was yesterday's game. Today, he's got nothing. At least so far. We are only in the bottom of the 6th. He's got a distant bat and maybe one more. He's going to swing at that 2-seam for... I was checking his bat to see if there's a hole in it, but that was a beautiful 2-seam right there. Slider in the dirt, can't get him to chase. Pop that up. Freya Allen looking, leaps too far out of play. Royce keeps the at-bat alive. Fouls off another one. Keeping it going. Won't chase the slider. Right down and away, riding that way. I don't know what I'm saying. He's going to swing at the fastball, though, for the out. Back-to-back strikeouts for Espino. His 4th on the game. He'll face Byron Buxton. 0-2 today. So probably, unless something dramatic happens and he wants to come out, with the pitch count rising, I think this might be the last batter he sees. Espino sees if he can get the out here. But he has fallen 3-0 to Buxton. And, it's not a bad debut for him. If this is his final inning of work. Gave up, arguably, you could say he gave up no earned runs. All 3 were able to score because of an error. Now Buxton going to ground out to Bay for the 3rd out. I'll do it in the bottom of the 6th and probably do it for Espino. Pretty good debut, all things considered, despite the errors. But we go to the top of the 7th. Twins still up 3-0. That'll bring up Alice Bowles. She is 0 for 2 today with 2 strikeouts. See what she can do. She will look at that for a ball. See, they're in the Twins bullpen now. Johan Duran and Justin Topa warming up. Two righties. And Alice Bowles goes down and smacks one to left off the upper deck for a home run. We are on the board, ladies and gentlemen. Alice Bowles' 13th home run on the year. 107 miles an hour off the bat. We are in this ball game now, and she's defying physics. What is happening? What? She's riding an invisible skateboard. What just happened? I don't know, but let's get that replay. Just goes down in the zone a little in front of it, but able to keep it fair off the upper tank for a solo shot. Sorry. All right. Tried to roll away so you wouldn't hear that as loudly in your hearing devices known as your ears. Anyway, Caleb Thalbar is in the game. He was not one of the pitchers warming up. He's just here. Okay. As Riley swinging at that slurve. 0-1. See, she's 0 for 2 today with a absolute crushed line drive, but Byron Buxton is able there to make the diving catch. It's one of those tough outs you hate to see, but they do happen. As she's gonna line out to Willie Castro there now for the first out of the inning. Bring up Burger McDonald. He is 0 for 2 today. He fouls one off. It took that at bat so long to go. Burger's now down 0-2. Looks at that for a ball. You know, with these other teams, it's weird. I feel like it's sometimes weird bringing in a lefty to face these guys, because as Burger McDonald strikes out, and he is one of the, at least in terms of power, weaker hitters versus lefties, but this team actually is pretty good against lefties. In fact, you could argue a lot of them are better against lefties, specifically our left-handed hitters. I mean, Veronica Mars, I believe, has a better average overall against lefties. Tyler Soderstrom, Riley Tall. So I don't understand the bringing in the lefties to face them when they're actually having better seasons against lefties. I know you got to think at some point, maybe it'll finally start to backfire. But as we see Freya Allen a little angry about that call. Let's see. No, looking at our strike zone box there, that looks like it touched the zone. Don't know why she's upset. I know the umpire's been bad all day, but can't be too upset with that one. That one's definitely a strike. As she fouls that one off to keep the at-bat alive. She is batting right-handed against the lefty, and she's going to strike out on the slurve for the out. So Alice Bowles finally puts the Roosters on the board. But after that, nothing. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Everybody, get up and stretch. Twins still lead, though, 3-1. Coming in to pitch for the Roosters now, Colin Snyder. 22 games, 2.42 ERA, 22 and a third inning for him already. Bring up Trevor Larnach for the Twins. Watches that for a ball. He is 1 for 2 today with a base hit in his first plate appearance. Is falling behind now, 1-2 on that cutter. It's like Snyder's going for a slurve, and he does throw it right where he wants it, but Larnach able to foul it off just. Able to foul off that two-seamer as well. Oh, he is keeping the at-bat alive. Four-seam up. Snyder looks a little miffed, but I could see that as a ball. Although on our pitch tracker, that shows it hit the top of the zone. Man, I think this umpire just needs to be thrown out. Go to the eye doctor right now. What is happening? I mean, he got the strikeout, but... wow. This umpire has been bad today. Bring up Dominic Canzone. He is 0 for 2 today. Two former Mariner teammates going up against each other, and Colin Snyder and Dominic Canzone. Snyder coming over to us in the trade earlier. Where we sent, I believe, I can't remember who it was now, but we sent over one of our top relievers in kind of a salary dump and got back Colin Snyder. It's one of our projected better relievers, but he had high statistics, and we needed to dump some salary, so we looked to the Mariners and said, hey, you guys can turn around anybody and make them good. We'll take Snyder. You take our best guy. And ever since going to the Mariners, I believe he has dropped his ERA from, I believe it was almost a 5 when we last saw him for the Roosters, to now this month or two with Seattle, as Vasquez will get a base hit. Now with Seattle, I believe last time we looked in, I think his ERA is in the 2s. So they have definitely turned it around for him over there in Seattle. Doing what they do best. As Nate Baez is now up. He's 1 for 2 today with a single. Looks at that one for a ball. He's going to smack one to left. McDaniel is just going to turn around and watch it fly. Nate Baez, 2-run shot. His 3rd of the year. And he now makes this a 5-1 ball game. Now he's projected to not have much power. But we'll just look at that again. Just absolute shot to left. No doubt about it. There's Willie Castro. Looks at that first strike. He is 1 for 3 today with a base hit. He's going to fly out to Riley Tull there at 3rd to end the inning. But Nate Baez Gonna stretch the lead a little bit out for the Twins. We go to the top of the 8th. It is now a 5-1 ball game. That'll bring in Johan Duran for the Twins. See, they're 15 holds, 1.44 ERA, 25% strikeout rate. Righties and lefties not doing great against him. That's understandable as he pumps right there. That's probably why. The 102 mile an hour fastball. Justin Topa still in the bullpen, just throwing pitches, I guess. Hector Neres is up now for him, too. But yeah, you can understand why he's got such a low ERA and hitters are struggling against him. One of the hardest throwing pitchers in the game with his fastball. And he also throws 100 mile an hour splitter. This man on the mound for the Twins, is he human? Is he from this planet? Because, I mean, we've seen 100 plus mile an hour fastballs before, but 100 mile an hour splitter? That's something different. As Duran just pumps fastball after fastball after fastball at Belton, strikes him out for first out here in the top of the 8th. But, I mean, again, I asked the question, is he human being able to throw 100 mile an hour split finger, a splitter? I mean, I know it's a fastball, but man, just continues to pump fastball after fastball, this Duran. But usually the hardest you see a splitter throw is maybe 90, 91. As a Soderstrom, listen to that sound off of the bat. 114 into right field for a base hit. So he has got 2 hits on the day. And that'll bring up Speedy McDaniel. You see there, even though he's got better projected stats against righties, actually a better average this season against lefties. No home runs, though. Yeah, you see down there the graphic. They call that a perfect 114 off the bat for Tyler. And he was on base. As we finally see a splitter. 94 from Johan there. Realize they're catching on to the fastball, but then right back to it. Right back to it. There's a Speedy. He's just got to take a sec. Maybe try to calm Johan down. As he just continues to pump in fastball after fastball. And there's the splitter, seeing 95. He doesn't average around 100 miles an hour on his splitter, but it's happened before. I've seen it. I've seen the game. And there's the splitter, and Speedy is going to swing over the top of it for a strike. Out. Not a strike. I mean, it was a strike, but it's for the strike out. That'll bring up Ji-Hwan Bae, who's going to put one down the third base line. Martin is not going to be able to pick it up. Ji-Hwan Bae is in there with a 2-out bunt base hit. So trying to break up a little something for the Twins. As even with the base hit, Johan Duran was just cruising. And now, I mean, there's 2 outs, but we got 2 on. I'll bring up Veronica Mars. She's 0 for 3 today, but she fouls off that splitter in the middle of the plate. Can't be too happy about missing that pitch. That is a rare mistake by Johan Duran right there. She looks at the curveball for a strike. Or a strike? That's a ball, not a strike. What am I talking about? I don't know. Splitter. Ball as well. Outside and up. So he can 93. That's some people's average fastball. And he can throw a 93 mile an hour splitter. Like I said, it's reached 100 before. That's a ball. We will take it. But man, this umpire has not had a great day for it. Honestly, either side. I know the Twins are winning, but they got to be mad at the umpire too. And Veronica Mars will work a 2-out walk. So the bases are loaded for Alice Bowles, who last time up hit a solo shot to give the Roosters their first run of the game. .99 from Johan Duran. A little slow. Calling 99 slow is weird. But sometimes you can't throw max effort all the time. And Alice Bowles gets a splitter. Middle play down the left field line. It's going to score 2. Veronica flying down the line. She is in there safely. And Alice Bowles comes up huge here in the bottom of, or the top of the 8th. You can hear me smacking my hand with my fist in excitement as Alice Bowles, a 3-run triple, brings the Roosters within 1, and that's going to do it for Johan Duran. They'll bring in Justin Topa. He's had 11 games this year, 1.17 ERA. He's the Master Chief out there. And we'll bring up Riley Tall for the Roosters, who got a pitch she wanted, hit it hard, but hooked it foul. That could have been a tie game, maybe even a 6-5 game. But instead, it's a long strike. And that was a ball, not a strike, like I called that curveball in that same spot earlier. And also, we talk about, earlier in the bottom half of the 7th, former teammates Colin Snyder for our team and Dominic Canzone. They're still teammates, but on the Twins this time. Justin Topa, also a part of that Mariners bullpen at one point last season. Traded over here during the off-season for Polanco on the Mariners, as Riley Tall works a walk here with 2 outs. So we got something going as Burger McDonald steps up. He's 0 for 3 today. And that's another ball thrown by Topa. It's a 1-0 count. Top of the 8th, do we got something brewing here with 2 outs? Another ball. 2-0 for Burger. I mean, Topa has thrown 1 strike in 7 pitches. He's got to throw something here, right? He does. Burger McDonald to right field. Right fielder going back, able to stick up his glove for the out. Man, we could have had a tie ball game there. Instead, we have Alice Bowles hitting a 3-run triple to bring us back, or 3-run double, to bring us back within 1. That'll bring up Abner Uribe on the mound now for the Roosters. Only pitched 1 game, 1 inning. His strikeout rate in that 1 inning is 75%. Lefties hitting .500, righties hitting nothing. That'll bring up Austin Martin leading off the bottom half of the 8th. He is 0 for 3 today. Looks at that sinker for a strike. Abner, part of a salary dump / gave him some good prospects for him. He wasn't being used by the Milwaukee Brewers. They had him down in the minors despite what he did for them last season. And now he's on our team, and he's gotten Austin Martin to ground out for the first out of the inning. And that is... We'll take the strike call, but man, the umpire has sucked today behind home plate. And Carlos Correa is going to get on with a base hit. Bring up Royce Lewis. He is 0 for 3 today. And he is going to smack one to center. Veronica not even going to chase it. Looking up. Gone. 2-run shot from Royce Lewis. His third of the series. His 20th on the year. And the Twins extend their lead back up to 3. It's 7-4. See, they're just crushed to center field. Abner Uribe working on Buxton now. Gets the sinker over for a strike. Buxton 0 for 3 today. Hit hard center field or left center field gap. Veronica gonna get over there though for the out. 2 away now here in the bottom of the 8th. But a somewhat defeated announcer, as I thought we were close, and now we're back down 3. And with their closer probably warming up now, Griffin Jacks, it's going to be a tough call to come back in this one. As Trevor Larnach fouls off that sinker, make it 1-1. Swings at that 100-mile-an-hour fastball for strike 2. And another high heater for the third out. But Royce Lewis gives the Twins a little cushion going into the top of the 9th inning. Twins now leading 7-4. And there he is, the aforementioned closer of this team, Griffin Jacks, coming in from the bullpen. Twins playing his song, telling him to slam the door. There are his stats on the year: 34 games, 28 out of 33 save opportunities. So he's blown 5. And Freya Allen's gonna apparently get called swinging for that. I don't know. Check down at third, man. Check down at third, umpire. Come on. I don't think this umpire should be in the game. He should be thrown out, fired. Get him out of here. This umpire sucks. You see Griffin Jacks there, though. Second in the AL in saves behind Chris Martin of the Red Sox. Freya, that one's on you. You got to swing at that one. You got to swing. Come on. We got to come back. And you're gonna look ugly swinging at that for the first out of the inning. All right. Today was not Freya Allen's day at the plate, it seems. Just circle change, down in the dirt. Only 4 inches of break, but just nowhere near it. But I guess she had the full swing anyway, because this umpire just decides he's the only umpire in the game. Doesn't need help on check swings. Has the most weird strike zone I think we've seen yet on broadcast. Just a horrible strike zone. Again, for both sides. I mean, like I said, I'm the Roosters announcer, mad at the umpire, and even though the Twins are winning, they got to be mad at this umpire too. They've had some really bad calls, not as Brandon Belt strikes out as well. Back-to-back strikeouts here in the top of the ninth. But yeah, he's had missed calls for them too. I wouldn't be surprised if the Twins manager is mad over there as well. Just not a great game for this umpire today. Not a great one. This Tyler Soderstrom is 2 for 3 today. Our last hope. See if he can get something started. And he is quickly down now 1-2. Let's see what happens. And he strikes out. So Griffin Jack strikes out the side in the top of the ninth for a Twins victory. They win at 7-4. Honestly, there's still some takeaways. Daniel Espino had a pretty good debut. I could honestly say the game could be tied right now, if not for those two errors that led to 3 runs. Because you look at the 2-run home runs, that's 4 runs. We had 4 runs. If those 3 runs from the air didn't score, it could be a tie ball game right now. But that's the name of the game. Errors happen sometimes, and we paid the price for it today. I want to thank you all for joining the broadcast today. I hope to see you next time. Goodbye. All right, I'm back, and we're in September, and I'm just gonna check something real quick here. Just checking something. Oh, okay, you're 62 overall. D potential. And you hit a bomb. I mean, I guess so. I guess. Not a great game for our team. The errors really did it. Offense was honestly, this is where you're gonna hear in the announce team. I myself am blaming the umpires. There were pitches where they were called balls, and then all of a sudden those same pitches were being called strikes, and I'm like, it's a video game. Why is Angel Hernandez behind the plate right now? It was not a great game. But hey, you know what? We saw Alice Bowles' first home run on it recorded. She was our entire offense today. Go Alice. But it sucks. But it happens. I'm not. I mean, I'm complaining a little bit, but I expect not to win every game. It's just some of those pitches where especially I threw him that last home run to whatchamacallit to Royce Lewis. I guess I must have mistimed it because I could have swore that was nowhere near where I wanted to throw it. It was the middle of the plate. But it's okay. It's okay. We move on. We do some last minute scouting. Instead of starting pitching, we're going to do relief pitching because in one of my games or franchises, I found a reliever who had like 70 plus stamina and was really good. And I swapped him to a starter, and he went from like a already like a high mid to high 70s overall as a relief pitcher to swapping him to starter. He was immediately like the third best overall starter on our team with like 80. I think he went from like 75, swapped him to starter with that stamina and everything. He went to like 80, 81 overall. So we're gonna see if maybe like this guy right here. He is in our draft range. He's got a 4-pitch mix, and his stamina is 54 to 85. That's pretty decent. Now, Dr. Zam, he opted out. That's a guy we're going to look at. This guy is another one, I think. Draft rank 16th, R rank 26. He's nice, but I don't think we're what we're looking for. 60. Now, okay, here's another one. 4-pitch mix. 52 to 74 stamina. Maybe not as high, but he can have longevity. Now, his draft rank, though, is 17. So, I don't know, but we're going to throw him on the board anyway. And we are going to advance. We are now going to sim. Oh, see, now we have an offer. And they want to give us Ramon Laureano for Josh Stalmont. Now, I know I said I think I said in the trade video, it's been a bit since I recorded it. I think I said in the trade video, we're throwing him on there, but if we don't find a deal that benefits us and, him going to the other team benefiting them, I am okay with keeping him for the 2 years that I signed him, plus the arbitration. So I am okay with keeping him. And this is one of those ones where I'm okay with keeping him. Sure, we're technically get a higher overall player. He's got good fielding and decent speed and, is good on a platoon. But we traded away Austin Hayes because he wasn't doing anything for us. And we signed free agent our platoon, who honestly hasn't done anything for us either. But we got our platoon that we like. He's faster. Sure, he doesn't field as well as Laureano. But he can play anywhere we virtually need him except for first base, which we like more than Laureano. Now, if it was for Jorge Soler, I'm going to be honest. Even though it would put us potentially back in the negative, I might do it if it was Soler, even though he's older, because, he's got the power, and you platoon him at DH with Alice, and we go from Alice's power versus righties to Soler's versus lefties at the DH. Like, it could be fun. It could be fun, but we are going to say no to this offer, Atlanta. We do not like it. And I think once I sim past this day, it's going to pop up and say, would you like to go to the draft? So I'm going to end the video here. We did go on a nice little win streak after our series loss to the Twins. We swept Miami at home. We beat Texas the first game. So we're tied with them now for second in the division. But which means we're also nowhere near the... Still 9.5 back from the wild card. We ain't doing nothing. Tigers, though. We made that trade. I think at the end of the Mets video. And it's working out for him. It's working out for him. He got... Oh, I kind of want to see... I'm going to see their schedule real quick. Detroit. So he pitched... Because he had a... Okay, so he pitched here. He pitched 2 and 2/3 innings and gave up 7 earned runs. July 7th. Which his ERA was 2.9. So then he pitched here again. No. Pitched here? Yeah, and he gave up another 4 runs to go up to 3-1-5. Okay, so we found it. So he... That's weird, because he pitched here. Okay, he did pitch that day for us, I guess. I guess we traded him beforehand? I thought we traded him after New York. Oh no, we simmed to here and then we traded him, I think. Okay, anyway, he's doing bad. What was I doing now? Oh, standings we're nowhere near. There's a couple exclamations. Injured list. Weirdly, I remember this happening at last time too. It didn't pop up saying, hey, Joanna's back. But she's back. She is absolutely back. So let's get our lineups fixed real quick. Here. H. I think he's kicking Freya Allen out the gosh dang lineup. Hmm. Oh, but she's proven herself so far, so go like that. This. Bring back in Freya. Yeah, yeah, okay. Just in case anything happens now, we are going to save. And I'm going to stop recording. Get ready for the draft. So I'll see you next time. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Okay. Goodbye.